The harsh, sun-scorched landscape of the American West stretched endlessly, a reflection of the isolation Everett Hilgarde felt as he rode through the barren terrain. A rising musician, Everett had come not for the promise of fame or the thrill of adventure, but for a somber reunion with a ghost from his brother's past, Katharine Gaylord. Katharine had once been the love of his older brother Adriance, a brilliant and well-known composer. But now, Adriance was far away, absorbed in the whirl of European concert halls, leaving behind the woman who had once been his muse. Tom had not been kind to her, and Everett could feel the weight of that neglect as he approached her modest home. Katharine was dying. Her once vibrant beauty had faded, her passions dimmed by years of illness and heartbreak. When Everett entered her room, he was struck by the fragility of the woman before him. Her face, pale and thin, was framed by silver strands of hair, and her eyes held a sadness that spoke of more than just physical pain. There was an emotional toll, unfulfilled dreams, and lost love. Everett, Katharine whispered with a faint smile, recognizing him immediately. Her voice, though weak, carried a melodic quality, like an echo of the vibrant spirit she once had. You look so much like him. It's strange, almost like seeing Adriance here again. Everett sat by her bedside, uneasy under the weight of those words. Though he was Adriance's younger brother, their lives had taken drastically different paths. Adriance had always been the golden child, the one destined for greatness, while Everett was left in his shadow. Yet now, here he was, filling the void his brother had left behind. They spoke of many things in those first hours, of Adriance's successes, of Everett's music, and of the long years that had separated Katharine from the man she had once loved. But as the sun set over the desert, casting long shadows through the small room, the conversation turned to deeper matters. "Do you ever think about immortality?" Katharine asked quietly, her eyes fixed on the fading light. "Not in the religious sense, but through art, through what we leave behind." Everett was taken aback by the question, though it was not entirely unexpected. Katharine had lived her life surrounded by artists, Adriance among them, people who sought to leave a lasting mark on the world through their creations. But for Katharine, that immortality had always been out of reach. She had been the muse, the inspiration, but never the creator. "I suppose that's what we all hope for," Everett replied slowly. "To leave something behind that endures. A piece of ourselves that lives on after we're gone." Katharine smiled, though it was tinged with bitterness. "Adriance will live forever through his music. People will hear his compositions long after he's gone, and they'll remember his name. But what about me? What do I leave behind?" Her voice broke slightly, and for a moment, Everett glimpsed the depth of her sorrow.